Melanie, we are looking good. So welcome once again, everybody, to the Canada Specialist Program webinar series. Melanie, please take it away.
Thanks, Charlie. And if you thought Sean's was fast, I'm going to be even faster. So welcome to Manitoba. Just to locate Manitoba for all of you, geographical center of Canada, actually geographical center of North America. We border Saskatchewan to the west of us, North Dakota and Minnesota to the south, and we have Ontario to the east of us. Why Manitoba? Particularly coming out of COVID and particularly after these terrible couple of years we've had. It's unique, it's remote, it's uncrowded, it's got some incredible legendary experiences, some real bucket lists that, your clients can check off. Just a couple of fun facts. There are no roads leading to Churchill. You can only get there by via rail on the train, as Sean mentioned, as well as Calm Air, which is our regional air carrier from Winnipeg. Manitoba, or Churchill's known as the polar bear capital of the world. We have 300 nights a year of Northern Lights or Aurora activity. Winnie the Pooh is named after Winnipeg. And we have a famous spy connection. James Bond was based on a Winnipeg character, a real true life character known as, his real name was Sir William Stevenson, and James Bond was based on him, and he's from Winnipeg. We claim it, we do. So let's start the journey in Winnipeg. Incredible architecture, arts and culture. We have amazing culinary experiences, and we certainly celebrate all seasons here in Winnipeg. Is this moving? There we go. This is our Winnipeg skyline. You've got the Esplanade Bridge, which connects Winnipeg to our French Quarter on the other side of the bridge. And the large building on the left-hand side is dominated by our Canadian Museum for Human Rights. So this is the museum. It's the only federal museum outside of Ottawa, and it focuses on human rights, not just Canadian human rights, but certainly across the world. The architecture is unique and spectacular. My favorite part is the lower levels are all dark, and as you move across the ramps going up to the tower, it's really taking you from the dark ages towards enlightenment and this tower of hope that we all aspire to for human rights in the world. Our journey to Churchill exhibit at the Assiniboine Park Zoo features a mini version of Churchill, complete with the Tundra grill. This exhibit has the polar bear, there's a research center, the Leatherdale Conservation Center, where orphaned cubs come down to from Churchill. And we do have a sea ice tunnel where you can certainly see the bears swimming above you. It's a wonderful way, if your clients are going up to Churchill, to learn a little bit more about the bears and their impact and the research and sustainable conservation before they head up to Churchill. This is going to be a new edition opening up later this year on the grounds of the Assiniboine Park. This is Canada's Diversity Gardens. It's going to be several different biomes. The building itself is perspex, allowing natural light to come in, and we'll have multiple biomes in there, as well as butterfly gardens, the largest indoor waterfall as well. So we're looking forward to that opening up in November of this year, I believe. Our Hermetic Code tour is a wonderful tour and experience. It's been closed over the last couple of years. This is at our legislative building, and it's really based, think of the Da Vinci Code. These are real secrets based on King Solomon's temple, and secrets that are hidden in plain view. And this should be reopening again in June, which we're really excited about. Our Royal Canadian Mint, we are one of two mints in Canada where we produce coins, not just for Canada, but for 80 countries around the world. And that's based in Winnipeg. And they offer tours as well of the facility, including you can see production of glow-in-the-dark coins as well, which is really neat. Newest edition last year opened at our Winnipeg Art Gallery. This is called Kamayuk. It means it is bright, it is lit, and it is the largest collection of Inuit art in Canada, or actually in the world. And we have a visible vault of 3 stories of Inuit art collected from different communities around Canada. Manitoba Museum celebrates history and nature and has the Hudson Bay collection, very important when it talks about the fur trading and the history of Manitoba and the role that it played in the developing of Canada as well. Some great culinary delights, pop-up restaurants, craft breweries, different distilleries. So something for everybody's palate here in Manitoba. Just a couple more before we head north. The Fork Skating Trail. So this is in the winter months, as Sean was talking about earlier. If you did a stopover, Winnipeg comes alive. We embrace winter. Yes, it's cold, but we embrace it, whether it's skating or playing hockey on the river or curling. We've got warming huts, pop-up restaurants on the river. And Ottawa likes to say that they're the longest skating trail, but really we do beat them. They're a canal, we've got the river to skate on. We also have a Nordic Spa in Winnipeg, Thermea. My favorite time is in the colder months where you've got the frost crinkling in your hair, but it's got outdoor features as well as indoor sauna and different experiences. Wonderful culinary experience too, great restaurant. Manitoba is also famous for fishing and across all seasons with over 100,000 lakes. We offer both fly-in fishing lodges, drive-in fishing as well. And in the winter months, ice fishing is very popular and often would do it in an indoor warming shack or hut on the river, and a great way to warm up. Just before we go north, a couple of drive-to destinations from Winnipeg. We have Riding Mountain National Park, which is about 2.5 hours west of Winnipeg. It's one of our national parks. Beautiful accommodation options, whether it's a boutique hotel or a conference and spa or camping. It's something for everybody. And then about an hour north of Winnipeg, we've got Gimli, which is the largest Icelandic settlement in Canada, or actually the largest Icelandic settlement outside of Iceland or outside of the Scandinavian countries. And then also Hekla Island, which is 2 hours north, which is a wonderful resort with lighthouse and hiking trails, all kinds of options. So now let's travel north. So flying time from Winnipeg to Churchill is about an hour and a half. The couple of definite seasons that you would head north to Churchill. In the summer months, you would go predominantly for July and August. Here, you're going to be able to see polar bears. We get about 60,000 beluga whales that come into the bay, and I'll show you some images shortly. And you can also see the northern lights. Again, 300 nights of aurora activity a year. Churchill is located right below the Aurora Oval. So it's not a case of will you see the northern lights? As long as you've got clear skies and dark skies, you're going to see the northern lights. In the fall months of September, October, November is when we've got the polar bears, and they're starting to congregate, waiting for the ice to freeze to head out and go and hunt. And that typically happens towards the middle of November is when the bears actually leave the shore. Other wildlife could be black bear, moose, wolves, Arctic fox, etc. And then in the winter months, we don't have the wildlife focus, but we definitely have northern lights, as well as dog sledding or snowshoeing, learning how to build an igloo, as well as some culinary experiences under the northern lights. So belugas, as mentioned, there's about 60,000 belugas that come into the Hudson's Bay. Different ways of engaging. You can kayak with the belugas. You can do something called aqua gliding, where you're kind of lying on a, think of it like a lily pad, where you're in a wetsuit and you've got a snorkel and mask on, and you've got your face in the water, and the belugas are coming up and swimming right underneath you. Also boat trips to explore and see the Prince of Wales Fort as well. You can see the belugas. For me, when you're flying into Churchill in the summer months, there's so many belugas, it looks like grains of rice from the air. It's just thousands and thousands of belugas. You can also see polar bears in the summer. Most people think you can only see them in the fall or the winter months on the snow and ice. But a gorgeous time is in August, when you've got this fireweed blooming all across the tundra. And absolutely the bears are on shore. They come on shore at the end of June once the ice breaks up, and they walk that coastline waiting for the bay to freeze in November. So summer months can be absolutely gorgeous up in Churchill. In the summer months, they're really just cooling on the shoreline, trying to stay cool in the water, and can be observed both from the boats or from Tundra Vehicles on the shore. Churchill Wild offers walking safaris with the polar bears, where you can experience staying at remote lodges out on the tundra. You'd fly into Churchill, and then from Churchill, much like an African safari, you'd fly to one of their lodges, and they do what they call walking safaris, as opposed to viewing the bears from a Tundra vehicle. This would be a bear viewing from a Tundra vehicle. The bears are all over the tundra in the fall months, and this picture doesn't do it justice, but that bear is probably standing about 8 foot up. Those top of those tires are, or top of those wheels are close on 8 feet up off the ground. Frontiers North Adventures has introduced electric vehicles now, which is amazing for the environment and sustainability. This is what the view might be like from a Tundra vehicle in the fall, in October and November, once that snow starts coming. Just a couple of quick slides quickly on the Northern Lights. So this February and March, we have incredible Northern Lights activity. Again, because the skies are darker and crisp and clear, you've got incredible Northern Lights activity up in the Churchill area. Different ways of viewing them. It could be from a Tundra vehicle, could be at a dining experience. Frontiers North offers Dan's Diner, which is a culinary experience from a mobile Tundra buggy offering out across the frozen river, or from a particular lodge or glass domes. So different ways of viewing the Northern Lights. One of my favorites very recently is I was up in Churchill in March. I came back on the train. It was 2 days, 2 nights on the train from Churchill, but lying in my sleeper, I was able to see the Northern Lights out the window, and from the dome car as well. At nighttime, we were sitting up in the dome, and you could see the Northern Lights above us while the train was moving. It was incredible. Other Northern Manitoba experiences would be dog sledding or snowshoeing or dog carting, etc. I've mentioned a couple of the operators. So Churchill Wild has the remote lodges. Frontiers North has the Tundra Buggy and Dan's Diner. Lazy Bear Expeditions is a lodge based in the town of Churchill. They have incredible marine experiences in the summer months with their boats and kayaking, aquagliding. And then one other really neat experience is Churchill Northern Studies Center. It's an actual Arctic research station, so your guests and clients could go check it out, see what the scientists are doing, even engage with the scientists and learn what they're participating in. Very quick COVID update, and I'm almost at the end. We're open by air to fully vaccinated travelers only. No further testing is required upon arrival, unless it's a random selection. But coming into Canada, you must use the ArriveCan app. No requirements for quarantine anymore. You may be subject to random testing, and all of our operators and providers have gone through a hospitality certification program and enhanced safety and cleaning, including the Tundra vehicles and boats as well. So really making sure that safety is our primary concern. So just a summary, why Manitoba? And this bear paw for me sums it all up. It's remote, it's the Tundra, you've got culture and art and restaurants and unique bucket lists experiences, world-class attractions and museums. So we look forward to welcoming your clients back to Manitoba. We are open and ready for business, and